today we're going to be talking about our latest acquisition and our coming acquisitions and our acquisitions that we are so excited about buying income. And it's so wonderful because I had a phenomenal conversation yesterday with one of our newest partners that is soon to be a partner that's actually going to bring a ton of capital to Clearview through exiting business owners. And so, one of the things that stops a lot of exiting business owners from exiting is the capital gains. And so, with the capital gains issue, we are helping to solve that issue and just help people move to their next journey. So this is a general disclaimer, and the disclaimer is, hey, this is confidential information. You have been invited to check out this private offering through Clearview Eastern Fund. We are a private equity fund. And as a private equity fund, we actually are in the business of investing with property, and these offerings are not available to the general public because as these offerings are not available to the general public, they're only available by referral. So be excited that you're here for sure. Financial disclaimer, you do have to have a minimum income and a minimum net worth to work with us. So you have to be an accredited investor because we are filed as a tax exempt offering. And that tax exempt offering is filed under Rule 506C. And in order for us to advertise, in order for us to offer you this private offering, it only comes to accredited investors. And you can talk to one of your investor relations representatives about what that means exactly. I also want to let you know I'm not a financial planner. You have to go to your financial advisors, to your tax advisors, because everything that I'm going to talk about right now is all about projections. Nothing that I say is guaranteed because the entire world is all risk. But we're going to talk about how we mitigate that risk and protect our investors' capital as best as we can. So the property that we're going to be talking about today is called Pura Vida Hialeah. It is our latest acquisition. We're in the middle of the acquisition, and we are currently raising just the last $8 million on Pura Vida Hialeah. It is a 260 unit Class A property built in 2022. It's got 7 floors on 2 buildings and 8 floors on this building. The 8th floor building has retail spaces just below it, which is really exciting. And the most exciting part about all of it is we are buying income. Remember, it's all about buying stable, tax-advantaged income with that dollar that you just earned. And if you buy tax-advantaged, stable income, your $1 you made this year can actually last you the next 10 years. How about that? So that's what we talk about today. So here's the property overview. Isn't it gorgeous? These are the model apartments. There's also several floor plans. Most of the floor plans, the average square foot is about between 700 and 800 square feet. And there's a ton of amenities in the community. And some of those amenities actually mean a lot to us because we're able to charge extra for it. But like the VIP parking. Remember, this is Hialeah, Florida. What that means is We're inland a little bit from the beach of the Miami area. It's a suburb that's right outside of Miami. So, you know, Florida, we just had a hurricane recently. And so, what's wonderful about this building, these buildings are built concrete, built to last, and with parking on the first floor. None of the apartments are on the first floor. They all start on the second floor. So if there was ever any flooding issues, that's not going to affect our property, which actually matters to us when it comes to insurance. But for the tenants, there's a playground for the children. There's a beautiful pool you'll see in our pictures. There's also EV charging stations, which is a big deal when it comes to 2024. There's a clubhouse that actually can be rented for $350 a day. We charge for the extra parking. There's a pet park and a lot of extra other income that we can take advantage of. So here's why we love this area and this property. You see the ocean back there? It's inland. Okay, so it's inland from the ocean, but it's very close to the beach as well. So, because it's Miami. So we've got something exciting. This particular neighborhood is an up and coming neighborhood. Although this is a Class A property, because it's built in 2022, it's brand new. It also is in a neighborhood that is has a lower income. However, the average income in the neighborhood is still, it's lower than Miami, but still qualifies for something called the Live Local Act. We actually did not close on this property. We did not want to proceed with the process of closing on this property until we received a certification that the Live Local Act was certified and approved. And here's what that means. Pura Vida receives a non-homestead cap for an assessment reduction of $8,489,000 right now. And the entire reduction of all 260 apartments will be $16,210,000. That's not annual. That is basically off of the life of the property. So it is a mixed-use property, as I mentioned. It is brand new. We just got all of the retail stores actually rented, and that was another piece that had to be completed in the contract in order for us to take over the property. Here's the epicenter of Hialeah. It's right in the neighborhood of all wonderful things. You've got your CVS, your Publix, your Walgreens. You've got a major mall next to it. It's Telemundo Center. There's also a ton of jobs. So the Telemundo Center is one of the largest Spanish language television networks, which is just 5 minutes from here. It is a Spanish town in Miami. If you know Miami, there's a lot of Hispanics that have migrated here. So actually being in the middle of all that happens to matter to that income that we were just talking about and the average income. It's also right next to a major hospital. The Palmetto General Hospital is brand new, only 15 minutes away, which is a 600-bed healthcare facility. It's right next to the University of Miami. That's literally less than 30 minutes away. Downtown Miami, Brickell, go party, go have fun. Less than 30 minutes away. Coral Gables, less than 25 minutes away. So it is just a fantastic area. It's right off the freeway. We were there recently and I took some investors. We got off the freeway and within 2 blocks, we were right there at the property. So let me tell you a little bit about us. First of all, my name is Tanae Williams. I'm the fund manager with Clearview Eastern Fund. We're one of the partners. We're a 25% owner in this major institutional size investment. This investment is $95 million. And let me just talk about that before I get into the team. This $95 million investment is basically we're buying at a 6% cap. That means we are buying a Class A property. For those of you that are in multifamily, you know how good that is. A 6% cap on a brand new multifamily apartment complex built in 2022, I haven't seen until now. They say if you work hard enough, you're going to get lucky, right? I'm never good at these sayings, but I could tell you what, we've been working our buns off, going through cycles and seeing these cycles. And just last year, this same property was for sale for $150 million. And our operations team actually grabbed this baby up by following up with the developer, following up, and then we got it down to $95 million. But $95 million is no small number, right? So it takes a large team to acquire an institutional size property like that. Our raise is $32 million. The lenders coming in was over $60 million. So this is why you have a team assembled like this. My name is Tene Williams. I've been in real estate for 3 decades. And since 2005, I've managed over $15 million under the sun until I decided to go to that next level. We got our personal portfolio up to 47 doors and 102 hotel rooms. And from that scenario, we got our portfolio to 47 doors and 102 hotel rooms. And after getting hit again by COVID-19, I decided by 2022 that we needed to launch a fund to buy bigger deals, to buy more deals. And that's going to take some major partners, which include you. And we'll tell you how you can be one of our partners in these major deals. So we partnered on this property. On every single property, there's a different partnership team. And it just depends on where the property is. It depends on the property location, the geography, the type of property. Each one of our partners is specifically chosen depending on their ability to operate and to partner in some way, whereas our investors and the Clearview Eastern Fund is buying income, but we are not the operating partners and we are not the sponsorship team. So Presidium is a Texas-based real estate developer, owner, and operator with a 21-year operating history and an existing real estate portfolio totaling approximately $2.6 billion under management. And that is over 10,000 doors. So it's not little old me that's signing on that $67 million multifamily real estate Freddie Mac loan. It is one of our sponsors at Presidium signing on that loan that has the liquidity and the experience to lead the charge. However, even though they are the ones that are actually signing on the loan, they're not our operating partners. Our operating partners is a group called CSL Partners. And we have Rivital and Eliav Kling. We also have Benjamin and Brandon. And those guys actually are just phenomenal, and they make up the entire CSL Partners.
What is the current structure that's contemplated for the investment? I don't know if you have like an org chart or something, but I think that would be helpful for me just to kind of piece the parties together here.
Yeah. So there's several institutional investors that are coming in. Presidium is the key KP. Presidium is bringing in 15 million. And then there is CSL Partners, which is Benjamin Eliav. It's their deal. They're the ones that bought the deal together. They put all of us together. And so they are the operating partners. And so as the operations team, they're the ones that hired the property manager. They're the ones that are that signed the contract. We came in on the deal because we are responsible for raising $8 million. And so we are talking to everyone. Luis is on our investor relations team. The rest of the money, there's over $22 million that's already accounted for from other partners and Presidium.
Okay, so who's the second group you mentioned is
Clearview
what company
Eastern
name?
Fund, Clearview Eastern Fund. Oh, CSL Partners. So yeah, Benjamin, you want to pick up from there?
Yeah, my pleasure. Hey, Andrew.
Hi.
Yes, CSL Partners is a new firm, a few individuals who left a family office to start their own investment firm in Q2 this past year. Where we have a direct relationship with the seller and we tied down the deal and we partnered with Presidium as a co-GP. We're responsible for running the day-to-day. They're signing on the loan and we'll have some, back end assistance on the asset management and operations. They have some major decision when it comes to a sale or if there's any, major capital events like a capital call or distribution, they have some sway over that. But the day-to-day is in our hands. And we partnered with Tanae as well after some good introductions and some kind words from other sources put us in touch.
Got it. Okay. And so you used to be at Frankfurter, right? Am I
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
I know
okay, yeah. So
I know
that's
Jeff.
your experience. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I know Jeff, which I thought was funny that this
Yes,
call.
that's I think yes, okay. So that's where I'm piecing this together. So this is making sense now. Okay. And so yeah, you
No,
have
no, but
very good
hold
experience.
on.
I know you were
Andrew, remind me, because Frankfurter, we know Frankfurter, also Canadians, right?
Yeah, based
yeah,
out of
that's
Montreal.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, and so you're the guy that broke off
Yeah,
got you. And we spoke with you about that deal in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah, exactly.
which was a nice deal too. Did you close it?
We're set to close this week. There's a slight hiccup we could chat about afterwards,
Yeah,
but we're set to close this week.
right. So listen, the way I see it is kind of like a group of professionals here on the call. Just to give a high level to folks that are not familiar with Astor and what we do and who we are. So we're private equity, not too different than most of the folks here on the call. I think the major deviation is that we probably are spread up a little bit more national than some of you, and we do a lot of ground up. Not everything we do is stabilized. Most of the stuff that we do is not stabilized. We have an affinity with ground up. We like construction. We understand it. We have great partnerships with groups that do very heavy construction. That's basically how we built our 4+ million square feet across 7 different states from the East Coast to the West Coast. The rare occasions that we find interest in existing cash flowing properties, are occasions where we'll come in only as co-GP. Presidium folks know us. We've had conversations before. You know us as well, and I'm very happy to meet Luis and the team like a starting point. The second thing is, like my email mentioned, you guys are in Canada, you folks are in Atlanta. The properties are 20 minutes away from us. It just makes sense that you have somebody that's local. I think the deal could be very nice, providing, I had multiple conversations with Eliav, probably even before he shared that with Presidium and everybody else. But they've decided, and I respect that, to go different ways. Louis brought the deal back after I haven't heard of it, at least 3 months, maybe more. And we're happy to take a closer look and come up with the capital, all of it, most of it. But he takes us time, as he takes everyone time. We don't do anything within 2 months span. And just to be very respectful of everyone here on the call, if we did something, it's probably going to look like Q1. So if it makes sense, and that's why I've asked Eliav, if you need to close within 2-3 weeks, how are you going to come up with the capital? Do you have a way to come up with the capital? He said, yeah, we can do. We can close and then we can maybe bridge the difference. If that's the case, and you think that we are a potential good fit, then I promise that we'll dive in deeper. Understand mainly the issue of, not the issue, kind of like the benefit coming out of the Leave Local, which we love, we understand. I think it makes sense. It's a good fit for that location. Everything works well. Then we'll sign with you whatever documents and we'll start on our side of the equation to raise. I can share with you that the last time we had to raise $8 million took us, I don't know, maybe Andrew will correct me, but less than 2 weeks. A commitment came in. Oh, let me rephrase it. It took us several days to get the capital committed, and the rest is just sort of like the allocation, getting the money in. So sometimes it's very, very quick. We have a good deal. I think it could be very quick, but that's not the only deal that we're working on. There's some others, and we have, like you guys, we have a very heavy pipeline. So I just want to put a very straightforward playing field. And if you think that there's room here for further discussions, we're here.
No, I appreciate that. I think it's very helpful in terms of operations and third-party management. Are you comfortable with us running the day-to-day and using RAM partners as the property manager?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we haven't done any diligence on the operating partners like that yet. If you want to send some stuff over, but I'm sure if you guys are seeing them and liking them, I don't see why we wouldn't like them, but we
Absolutely,
haven't
absolutely.
done.
We don't have a property management. If you chose them, we'll obviously take a good look at them. But I don't
Yeah, no
see.
problem.
Yeah, right.
No, they're institutional. They're a good group, and we have a very favorable rate as well from a relationship.
You see my screen?
We've cultivated.
Yeah. Yes, we
Okay.
can.
All right. So you were saying about the insurance. My goodness.
Yeah, we're able to leverage their 100,000 unit portfolio, which brings, similar like-minded properties, and each one has very minimal risk of an occurrence happening. But combined, when you combine all these properties with stronger demographics, stronger tenant bases, brand new properties, it really minimizes the risk. So to do that 100,000 units at a time, we're able to get over $100,000 in savings from what the current ownership has. And this is something we've been leveraging for 6-7 years. We've worked with this management company. We have a great relationship with the whole team, and we've grown together over the years. And they're some of the best in class that work with large REITs, big banks, and then smaller shops like ourselves. And we're very grateful to partner with them on our deals.
That is amazing and really exciting. So, all right. So let's just let's see. Okay. So everything that Clearview Eastern does, we want to create impact. And so when it comes to that impact, we want our investors to know we are not just, it's one thing, we all work and then we need the money to live and to live our lifestyle and enjoy our lives and enjoy our families and be able to send our sons to Japan and all that, right? However, we also want to make sure that we are taking care of our community and that our dollar is going, we worked hard for that dollar and that dollar is going to something that makes you feel good. And so one of the things that we spoke about already is the ability to offer affordable housing in the Miami area, agreed upon by the municipality because we got that tax abatement, but we're going a step further with Clearview. Every single dollar that Clearview is investing in this project, we had a conversation with our partners to say, hey, we have this initiative, and the initiative is that we would provide safe housing for our nonprofits that we're working with to help solve human trafficking with safe housing. And so we're leveraging the multifamily real estate that we invest in, because every time We look at these deals. There's always 5 to 10% of empty apartments. We even underwrite to 90%. This particular property is 96% occupied. So there's only a handful of apartments. But whatever apartments are available, we're going to furnish those apartments, and we're going to work with a couple of our nonprofit organizations that I'll talk about in a moment to help house some of their emergent needs. A little bit like a transition house. So these are the problem areas for this challenge. Florida is a major problem. Texas is a major problem. California, we don't invest in, but the places we do invest in, we find that we can help. And this is how we are basically trying to help. So this is how we are helping. So if you don't know the statistics, the National Human Trafficking Hotline recorded over 11,000 situations of human trafficking in 2019. And nonprofit organizations like the Polaris Project helped over 23,000 survivors since its inception. So our solution is providing safe housing and designate we want to designate as much as I said, 10% of any of the properties that we invest in to provide a safe haven. So when these people are rescued, they are able to go somewhere. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a second. But we have also we want to make sure that every single property is using the best in practice in sustainability and in energy efficiency. So this being a 2022 build, obviously is using all of the latest in technology in windows, waste reduction and management, green roofs, and urban gardens. There's no green roof or urban garden on this particular building, but there's smart building technology and renewable energy integration and things of that nature. So I want you to take a gaze at Miss Monica Morton. She is so commendable. She's a private investigator. That private investigator rescues children, and I actually just had the opportunity to introduce her to a good friend of mine, an old client that I've known for over a decade, who I helped buy a couple of planes for his flight school. I introduced them to each other because Monica expressed to me that they needed a way to get some private jets so that they can rescue people. Bless her heart, she's been doing this for over 30 years, and some of the top people in the world call her to rescue their children. You also are looking at a picture of Mr. Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is a former football player. You might know of him. And he actually, the Tim Tebow Foundation, helps with the same type of situation. They need safe housing, and we are working with them to help provide the safe housing as we acquire property. Mr. Steve Carless has this is not about the human trafficking. However, his whole thing, he is currently the president of Warner Records. And so we have a portion of the income that we donate to help financial literacy. And so with the financial literacy, the Defiant Foundation is actually working with Equifax to provide credit reports, to help with recidivism, and to help sports entertainers and regular entertainers understand what they need to do with the massive amount of money that they receive. So what do they need to do? They need to learn how to take their earned income and buy income with it. And so, of course, Clearview Eastern Fund is a way that we can help for those people to buy income. And, we are teaching people how income works, how earned income is not the same as passive income. And so those are our impact investments and our impact investments in our missions. We also have an M&A division, and with that M&A division, 20% of every dollar invested in Clearview. So basically, this is a $25 million fund. 20 million is going to stabilize multifamily assets to provide that stability and income, but 20% actually goes to invest in businesses. And Yaystack is one of the first businesses that we've invested in. You can look up a little bit more about this company. We are working with Trey Roth, and he just has an amazing company that provides a way for businesses to promote themselves through an app very similar to Pokemon Go. If you know how you could go and collect cards, you can collect gift cards. So we did a promotion through Yaystack at one of our events this past summer, and everyone was running around the whole town of downtown Orlando, chasing down $100 at Lowe's and $150 at Home Depot, and Lululemon gift cards that we gave away over $1,000. And he has just recently teamed up with MLB. He's under contract with Major League Baseball, Chick-fil-A, many other companies. So you're going to hear a lot about Yaystack coming. And there's a number of other industries that we are investing in with mergers and acquisitions, team members that are literally rolling up home services, residential assisted living, medical tech. And the reason for this in our fund is so that we can provide diversity. It is all about providing that diverse income. So with the 20% coming out of businesses, we know that we're going to have much higher returns. So we have 80% of the returns. We know that's going to average 8% preferred return. And then the other 20% invested in businesses, we are using a model very similar to Blackstone or KKR. So we talked about the diversification. We talked about mitigating single asset risk. We talked about stabilized returns. We average a targeted 10% targeted return. Let's see, we have excellent submarket demographics. I'm just getting through this because this is now long-winded since we had that break. When you invest, you own 70% of the asset. So as you just heard, the fund is investing in a number of assets, but 70% of all of that ownership, of the profits and losses, of the tax benefits and everything is going to our investors, and 30% goes to the general partner team. So to invest with Clearview, you have a minimum of 100,000 is the minimum, but most of our investors invest a minimum at least 250,000, and that 250,000 equates to about 4% of the fund. So you can get back with your investor relations representative and go through there. You want to go to our portal, review the offering, sign your paperwork. Everything is in the investor portal. So if you haven't been there, go to clearvieweastern.com, click on view deals, and click on and sign up. And that's how you're going to get your investment in. We have literally no more time left. So if you want to invest in Pura Vida Hialeah or any of our other properties, we're closing this out literally now. The call for capital was ended yesterday. So you still have a few more days to get your capital in. I know a few of you have said that you're committed, you're excited, you're bringing your capital in, but we want you to go ahead and get back to your investor relations representative, and they can help you with that. You can invest with us through your self-directed IRA, through your solo 401k, an QRP, a 1031 exchange, or combination thereof. And we can talk to you about all of those things. Are there any questions?